So are you ready to take a trip back into 1992? You might just take a trip after playing this game. What's up guys, this is Q2086, better known as Xbox Gamer, and we're going to review Koihime Enbu. Koihime Enbu is a 2D Street Fighter-ish button masher. The game currently has around 13 playable female characters. The game features the best 2 out of 3 fighting system, and it's, pretty much the same one that's been around for decades. The game features 2 playable modes, scenario and arcade. Arcade mode, of course, is where you just go in, pick a player, pick the opponent, and you play from there. Scenario mode, however, is a story-based type of mode. In my testing, I really didn't see any big difference between either modes except for the story mode. Unfortunately, the story mode is pretty, I would probably say, bad. My actual 2-year-old could write a storyline better than that one. You do, of course, have to read the captions because you can't really understand what they're saying. But even with reading the captions, it's pretty boring and it's not really worth your time. Now, if you do get tired of playing against the AI, you have the option of going into versus mode and playing against a friend, or you can go into online mode. The only issue with doing this is that you're not going to really find many friends that have this game, so your play type of your play is going to be pretty limited on the friends you have that carry this game. If you go online, what you would figure will have a more array of people to play actually doesn't at all. The game is not very well known, so there are not many people to actually play online at this time. I remember actually waiting around for at least about 10 minutes just to get someone to try to play, and by that time you pretty much go back to the regular story mode or arcade mode and play against the AI from that standpoint. The game itself, however, is pretty easy to play. All characters have roughly around the same buttons to maneuver with. I mean, pretty much there's no learning curve going from one character to the next. They all do the same thing. Well, I won't say they pull off the same moves, but the same button layout and the same button sequence will actually work on every player in this game. So it's kind of a blessing and a curse. You kind of would want a game to be more unique in characters, so that way if you tried a different character, there was a different set of moves for that character. However, that's not the case here. So if you want something that's really simple and really easy to play, this will be that game. The downfall of that is that there's no tutorial or anything like that, so you kind of have to go through, mash some buttons and see what works for you, and then hopefully if you do get a move that you like, you have to retrace those buttons that you mashed and come up with the right sequence. In this game's defense, it does have training mode. However, training mode, it does not teach you how to play the game or to pull off certain moves. It's just pretty much a sandbox where the opponent just stands there and let you have at it. Overall though, the game is fundamentally sound. It's pretty simple to play, has a few button combinations for every player. My advice to developers for this particular game would be to make a tutorial for this game, make the characters more unique, and just completely scrap the story mode, or at least get someone that's more suitable for writing a story for this type of game. If you want something new and exciting, this isn't going to fill that void. In fact, one would believe that this game should have been released back in 1985. But if you're looking to jump into a DeLorean, go back in time to your early childhood, this game would be one that you would probably want to check out. And if you do want to check it out, this game is on Steam. It actually just released this May, so you should be able to find it on Steam at this time for around 39 bucks. So if you want to check it out, definitely check it out. It's a good game to pass the time with, but like I said, if you're looking for something more modern, I would probably stray away from this one at this time. This has been Q2086 Xbox Gamer. Thanks for checking out my review of Koihime Enbu.